Hello, and welcome to our video on Ashwa old coins. The 1971 half dollar and the 1994 dime are both coins minted by the United States Mint, each with their own unique historical and design significance. The 1971 U.S. half-dollar coin represents a significant moment in American coinage history, marking a major shift in its composition and design. Below is a detailed history, including the geographical, historical, and cultural context surrounding its introduction. The 1971 half-dollar coin was part of a broader change in U.S. coinage. Prior to this, half-dollars were made from 90% silver. However, due to the rising price of silver and the economic pressures of the 1960s, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the half-dollar. The 1971 coin, along with others, was made from a copper-nickel clad composition consisting of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. This was a response to the silver coinage crisis and helped lower the cost of production for the U.S. Mint. The design of the 1971 half-dollar. The 1971 half-dollar is notable for its design, which marked the continuation of the Kennedy portrait on the obverse, but with a new reverse design. Here are the key details about the coin's design. 1. Obverse Design. The obverse front of the coin features the portrait of President John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. Kennedy's image was designed by sculptor Gilroy Roberts and was first introduced on the half-dollar in 1964, following his assassination in 1963. Kennedy's likeness on U.S. coins became a symbol of respect and remembrance. The portrait shows Kennedy facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left, and the date of issue, 1971, at the bottom. The mint mark, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia, appears beneath Kennedy's neck. 2. Reverse Design. The reverse back of the 1971 half-dollar was redesigned by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. The reverse depicts the presidential seal, with the eagle of the Great Seal of the United States holding a bundle of arrows in its right talon, symbolizing war, and an olive branch in its left talon, symbolizing peace. Above the eagle are the words United States of America, and at the bottom, half-dollar. The reverse design was a continuation of the eagle motif, which had been a part of U.S. coinage for decades, but Gasparo's version was more modern and streamlined compared to earlier versions. The introduction of the 1971 half-dollar coincided with a period of significant change in U.S. currency. The United States had been facing economic difficulties in the 1960s, including inflation and a growing deficit. The country also experienced a shift away from the gold standard, which culminated in President Richard Nixon's decision to suspend the convertibility of the U.S. dollar into gold in 1971, known as the Nixon shock. This change led to a reevaluation of the country's monetary system and coinage. The 1971 shift from silver to copper-nickel-clad coins was part of this process, which was intended to make coins more affordable to produce. The economic conditions of the time, including rising commodity prices, were key factors that contributed to the U.S. Mint's decision to change the materials used in coins like the half-dollar. The U.S. Mint, which is responsible for producing coinage for the United States, played a crucial role in the redesign and production of the 1971 half-dollar. The Mint operates several facilities across the country, and these facilities were integral in the production of the half-dollar coins. The primary locations for the production of the 1971 half-dollar were Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint, the original mint facility, produced the majority of the 1971 half-dollars. As the mint mark for Philadelphia coins was typically left off the coin, the Philadelphia Mint's involvement in producing the half-dollar coins is often recognized. Denver Mint. The Denver Mint, which also serves as a repository for the nation's gold and silver reserves, produced a significant number of 1971 half-dollars, marked with the D Mint mark. San Francisco Mint. Although primarily known for producing proof coins, the San Francisco Mint also played a role in producing some of the 1971 half-dollar coins. The economic impact and circulation of the 1971 half-dollar. When the 1971 half-dollar was introduced, It was part of a broader effort to curb the rising costs of minting coins. By switching to a copper-nickel composition, the U.S. government reduced the production cost of coins like the half-dollar. This was an important step, especially given the country's growing fiscal challenges in the early 1970s. However, despite these changes, the 1971 half-dollar did not immediately become a widely circulating coin. Half-dollars were often used for special occasions or collected as a novelty, and with the widespread adoption of the quarter, the half-dollar saw less use in daily transactions. The coin's larger denomination, along with increasing reliance on paper money and later electronic payment methods, meant that the half-dollar would gradually fade from regular circulation. Even so, the 1971 half-dollar was heavily produced for collectors and became a regular part of the annual coinage series, remaining in production well into the 21st century. Significance of the 1971 half-dollar in U.S. numismatics. In numismatic circles, the 1971 half-dollar is often seen as an important transitional coin in U.S. history. It marks the end of the era of silver coinage in the U.S., a period that had lasted since the early days of the nation, and it symbolizes the shift to modern copper-nickel coinage. Collectors may seek out specific 1971 half-dollar coins based on the mint mark or the condition of the coin, with coins in uncirculated or proof condition often being worth more than those in regular circulation. The 1971 half-dollar remains an essential part of U.S. coinage and is a common feature in many coin collections today. The 1971 U.S. half-dollar coin stands as an important milestone in the history of American coinage. It marks the end of an era in which silver was a central component of U.S. coinage and signals the beginning of the modern era of copper-nickel clad coins. The changes in its design, composition, and circulation are reflective of the broader economic shifts in the U.S. during the early 1970s. The 1971 half-dollar continues to be a piece of historical and numismatic significance, cherished by collectors and serving as a reminder of the dynamic changes in the U.S. monetary system during this period. The 1994 United States dime, also known as the Mercury dime, is part of the series of dimes issued by the U.S. Mint. This coin is often recognized for its design, which is both historically and symbolically significant. Below is a comprehensive historical and geographical overview of the 1994 dime, its context, and some relevant details. The dime is the 10-cent coin in the U.S. monetary system, and its history stretches back to the early years of the United States. Here's a broad timeline of the dime's evolution. 1796. The U.S. Mint first issued the dime under the Coinage Act of 1792, with the first dimes minted in 1796. These early dimes were quite different in design from those we see today. The first dimes had a draped bust design, but they were very scarce due to the limited production of early U.S. coinage. 1837 to 1891. The seated Liberty design, which featured Lady Liberty seated on a rock, was used for dimes during much of the 19th century. These coins became more common as the U.S. Mint expanded operations. 1892 to 1916. The Barber dime, named after its designer, Charles E. Barber, became the next standard design for the U.S. dime. It was in circulation until 1916. 1916 to 1945, the Mercury dime replaced the Barber dime and was minted for nearly 30 years. Although it is commonly called the Mercury dime, it features a depiction of Liberty wearing a winged cap, which symbolizes freedom of thought and mobility, not the Roman god Mercury. This design was created by Adolph A. Weinman, and it became one of the most famous designs in American numismatics. 1946 to 1964. Following the end of the Mercury dime series, the Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had died in 1945. The Roosevelt dime is still in circulation today, with minor changes in composition over the years. The 1994 dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been the standard design for the U.S. dime since 1946. In 1965, the composition of the dime was changed, shifting from 90% silver and 10% copper to a clad composition of copper and nickel. The 1994 dime is made from a combination of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. This is often referred to as of Clad's coin, as opposed to the earlier silver coins. The design of the Roosevelt dime has remained the same since 1946. It features Obverse, a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, designed by John R. Sinek. Roosevelt's image was chosen because of his role in founding the March of Dimes, a charity dedicated to fighting polio. Reverse. The reverse of the coin depicts a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. This design was also created by Sinek. The 1994 dime was minted in large numbers and is still in circulation, meaning that most 1994 dimes are not considered rare or particularly valuable by collectors, unless they are in exceptional condition. The 1994 dime was minted in large quantities by the U.S. Mint, with billions of coins struck for general circulation. The total mintage of the 1994 dime was over 1 billion coins, which includes coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint, Denver Mint, and San Francisco Mint for proof coins. The 1994 dime was part of a steady production of coins designed to meet the needs of the U.S. economy and its growing population. Philadelphia Mint, the primary mint responsible for striking dimes. Denver Mint, another important mint in the production of U.S. coins. San Francisco Mint, this mint produces proof coins, which are specially made for collectors with a higher quality of strike. The 1994 dime is not considered rare in terms of its mintage or availability, as it was produced in vast numbers to meet the needs of daily transactions. The value of a 1994 dime, like other modern U.S. coins, is primarily determined by its face value, 10 cents. However, some collectors may find value in dimes that are in exceptional condition or have special attributes, such as being part of a proof set. The 1994 dime is not typically valued significantly higher than its face value unless it is part of a unique collection. In general, circulated 1994 dimes are worth about 10 cents, and uncirculated or proof versions might be valued slightly higher, typically between $1 to $5, depending on condition. The U.S. Mint has several locations across the country, and each is responsible for producing various denominations of coins. For the 1994 dime, coins were produced at the following mint locations. 1. Philadelphia Mint, headquarters for the U.S. Mint, established in 1792. Located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it is the main facility responsible for producing most U.S. coins, including the dime. It also produces coin dies and stores the nation's gold and silver reserves. Located in Denver, Colorado, this mint is responsible for producing coins, including dimes, as well as storing gold and silver. The San Francisco Mint is responsible for producing proof coins, which are specially struck with high-quality finishes and are often sold to collectors. The geography of coin production in the United States has shifted over time as the country's population grew and as technological advancements in minting processes were made. The mint facilities, spread across different states, ensure that coin production can meet the demand of a large, diverse population. While the 1994 dime may not be a standout in terms of rarity or unique features, it represents a period of stability in U.S. coinage. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, is one of the most enduring coin designs in U.S. history, and it continues to be a symbol of American resilience and strength. The 1994 dime is a continuation of this legacy, representing the post-World War II era and the economic prosperity that followed. Furthermore, the Roosevelt Dimes association with the March of Dimes is important in American history. The March of Dimes was originally founded to fight polio and has since grown into a major charitable organization focused on improving the health of mothers and babies. Franklin D. Roosevelt, who himself was affected by polio, left a lasting legacy through his association with this cause, which is symbolically represented on the dime. The 1994 U.S. dime is a continuation of a long-standing tradition in American coinage. While not particularly rare or valuable in the numismatic sense, the coin holds significance as part of the Roosevelt dime series, a design that has been in use since 1946. The 1994 dime is a piece of U.S. history, both in terms of its design, its production, and its connection to the legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt. As a reflection of American history, geography, and culture, the dime offers a glimpse into the country's economic and social evolution over the years.